Okay, it's very few people I'm honored to have the opportunity to interview. This brother here is a brother that I respect, and he exemplifies what the strength of a political prisoner is. So, thanks for agreeing to do this for a minute.
My name is Albert Woodfox, Woodfox. I'm the last member of a political group, the Angola tree, to be released from prison. I was released February 19th, which was also my birthday, 2016. Since that time, I've been, along with the other surviving member of the Angola tree, Robert Hillary King, going around the country, speaking about the horrors of solitary confinement, the institutional racism of prison systems and court systems, and the clause in the 13th Amendment would legalize slavery in America. And that's pretty much what I've been doing since I've been out.
Now I seen you in New Orleans, I seen you in California, and I'm having the opportunity to see you in Washington, D.C. What do you think of the state of society now? I mean, you were locked away in a cell for the longest. You're the longest held person in solitary confinement in the United States history of America. What do you think, now that you're out here, what do you think of America as you see it now?
Well, when I was released last year, I think one thing that being in solitary confinement did was it sharpened my sense of observation. And one of the questions I was asked the most was, how had things changed, since spending 44 years in solitary confinement and in prison. And, from the observation of, my surroundings and people, I felt that there was no real meaningful change in America, that, all the changes were all superficial. And, and then along comes Donald Trump to prove that my observation was correct, my task is all of a sudden has become much more harder, much more difficult than I imagined it would be. But I'm a dedicated soldier, revolutionary, former member of the Black Panther Party, and it's like I said, until the ancestors tell me it's time to come join them, I will be doing this.
Now, you've been speaking out. In fact, you didn't mention it, but I'm aware that you've been going around the world also. You've been speaking out on behalf of political prisoners. Is there still a lot of political prisoners here in America?
Of course, still, of course, Momir, Leonard Peltier, Sandia Kolai, Tula Shakur, and the list goes on and on. And, one of my biggest concerns is that the American people not realize that there are political prisoners in America, and probably it's a direct result of the federal program, COINTELPRO. So you have a lot of these brothers and sisters that's been in prison for decades because of that. And as Robert is fondly saying, if you're not a political prisoner, then you're a political victim. So I think it's important. This rally today is very important because it gives prisoners and former prisoners and their families an opportunity to speak in one voice and to start demanding, first of all, a congressional hearing on the 13th Amendment, in which the clause that legalizes slavery can be removed, and to address the institutional racism that exists in the police forces around the country, district attorney offices in both state and federal level, and the court system itself. When a person who breaks the law or who is accused of breaking the law, when he walks into a courtroom, the first thing they see is the color of his skin. and his hair texture and his physical features and his ethnicity. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. You know, we have a judicial system now where guilt and innocence is no longer a factor. Everybody seems to be concerned with due process. You know, so if you send an innocent man to prison, or an innocent woman to prison, or an innocent child, it doesn't matter guilt or innocence. What matters is that you do it right. You know, and so you know those are the type of things that we're speaking out on, and trying to start a national and international dialogue on.